You don't have a productivity problem. You don't have a discipline problem. You have an approval problem. And it's quietly running your entire life. You say yes when you want to say no. You overwork just to be noticed. You second guess yourself in rooms you've already earned your way into. And the worst part, you think it makes you a good person. Doesn't. It makes you predictable. It makes you controllable. And it's exactly what's keeping you stuck. This is for you if you're the one everyone relies on, the one who always delivers, the one who gets called dependable, solid, a team player. But behind that, you're exhausted because your calendar is full of things you actually didn't really want to do. Your brain keeps asking, did I do enough? Did they like that? Was that good enough? Let me ask you something. In the last 7 days, how many times did you do something just so someone would say, thank you? Pause on that for a second, because if your mood, your confidence, and your sense of progress depends on someone else noticing you, you've already given away your power. Here's the truth that nobody says out loud. The need for approval is one of the most socially accepted forms of insecurity. And frankly, it's bullshit. It hides behind things that look positive. Being nice, being helpful, being a team player. But let's call it what it actually is. It's fear. Fear of rejection, fear of being misunderstood, fear of not being enough. So what do? You overcompensate. You send that 10 p.m. email, not because it really matters, but because you want someone to notice that you're working at 10 p.m. You over-explain your ideas in meetings, not to add clarity, but to avoid judgment. You hesitate to speak up unless you're 100% sure it'll land. And when it doesn't, you shrink. That's the trap. It's not failure, it's silence. Let me paint a picture. You come up with an amazing idea and you know it's really, really good. You finally speak up at the meeting and then nothing. Silence. No reaction. No praise. No great point. Just silent, and the meeting moves on. What happens next? You start questioning everything. It eats you up the rest of the day and into the night. Was it dumb? Did I say it wrong? Should I stay quiet next time? So you do. And just like that, the version of you that could have grown gets replaced by the version of you that plays it safe. Not because you weren't capable, but because no one clapped. Here's the shift that'll change your life. People don't express appreciation the way you expect them to. And that doesn't mean it's not there. If your boss keeps giving you responsibility, that's trust. That's respect. If your client keeps coming back, you've earned that respect. If people keep showing up in your life, that's value. Not everything meaningful comes with applause. And if you only feel validated and good about yourself when it does, you'll miss 90% of the signals that say you're actually doing really well. The problem isn't that people aren't appreciating you. The problem is you've trained yourself only to recognize one form of it. Everything changed for me when I realized this. I already had everything I needed. Not more praise, not more validation, and not more reassurance. All I needed was me. When you stop outsourcing your self-worth, you start operating differently. You don't wait to be chosen. You choose yourself. You don't wait to be validated. You validate your own standards. You don't wait for permission. You move on your own terms. And here's what's crazy. That's when everything actually starts working. Your ideas get sharper. Your decisions get faster. Your presence gets stronger. Not because people changed, because you did. When you stop chasing approval, you start creating instead of performing. You stop asking, will they like this? And start asking, is this true to me? You stop watering yourself down to fit into rooms and start becoming the person those rooms adjust to. You end up taking more risks. You speak more honestly. You move faster. And ironically, that's when people start noticing you more. Not because you're trying harder, but you're actually finally being real. So what do you actually do with this? You start small. You start noticing. You pay attention to the moments where you say yes instead of saying no. You over-explain something very simple. You check for reactions after you speak. That's your signal. Not to judge yourself, but to interrupt the pattern. Try this. Next time you do something well, don't tell anyone. Just sit with it. Let it be enough. Next time you have an opinion, say it once, clearly and confidently. No over-explaining. And if no one reacts, good. You didn't say it for them. You said it because it was true. At some point, you have to decide who you're living for, because approval is temporary. It fades, it shifts, it disappears the moment that people move on to the next thing. But purpose, that stays, that builds, and that compounds. So live in a way where you're proud even when nobody's watching. You show up even when nobody's clapping. You move forward even when no one understands. Because at the end of the day, it's not you versus them. It's you versus you. And the moment you stop needing permission is the moment you become dangerous. If this hit you, don't just nod and move on. Actually do something with it. Comment, "I choose me," if you're done chasing approval. And if you know someone who needs this, send it to them. Because most people don't even realize what's holding them back.